Picture yourself flying over your hometown. Maybe you come from a big city like Raleigh or Charlotte, or even New York. Maybe you are from a small town like Shelby or Wilson. No matter where you are from, when you look out the window to the landscapes below, you will see a network of gray, blue, and green. The gray are the buildings, roadways, and other hardscapes that mark development. Blue are the rivers, streams, and lakes that weave around and through our communities. The green includes open spaces like parks and woodlands, and the trees that create the framework tying it all together. Trees may be growing in the parks, or they may be the trees that line the streets of your neighborhood, or situated downtown amongst the skyscrapers. This green infrastructure, the system of street and park trees, remnant woodlands, and interconnected green spaces that include residential and commercial landscapes, is what we call the urban forest. Urban forests provide countless environmental, economic, and social benefits. The environmental aspects may be easiest to see. Urban forests improve air quality, reduce temperatures, mitigate climate change, and provide connected habitats critical for plants and animals. From a financial perspective, they increase property values, reduce energy costs, stimulate the economy, and decrease the cost of stormwater management devices by using plants instead of gray infrastructure such as gutters and roadways. Social benefits may not be easily seen, but include improved community health and well-being, more cohesive communities, opportunities for education, and reduced crime. People have always lived amongst the plants and animals, so the benefits associated with green infrastructure and urban forests have made them a critical component of sustainable urban development. Even with these valuable benefits, the concept of maintaining nature within the city has not always been around or even considered important. As cities grew rapidly in the middle of the 19th century, urban sprawl encroached on forest and meadowlands, driven primarily by the need for more housing, transportation, and commerce. The increase of the metropolitan footprint led to the destruction of wildlife habitat, fragmentation of natural areas, increased energy use, pollution, and the alterations to the hydrology of natural ecosystems. So essentially, when buildings went up, trees came down and soil was destroyed. The 1970s, now considered the environmental decade, saw not only a greater awareness, but increased activism recognizing that something needed to be done to protect our natural lands and resources. These efforts were reflected in the 1978 Cooperative Forestry Assistance Act, in which Congress officially recognized that urban forests were vital to sustainable development and a higher quality of life in cities. Luckily, this movement continues and has even grown over the past few decades. This has also led to an increase of professional opportunities in the urban forestry field. Working in an interdisciplinary manner, urban forestry professionals engage with experts from various fields as well as the public to address complex challenges and opportunities associated with managing a community's trees and open spaces. Managing these urban forests, however, requires a deep knowledge of the art and science of arboriculture, as well as an understanding of public policy, grant writing, and communication. The urban forester gathers vital data through street and park inventories, urban canopy studies, and tree risk assessments to evaluate the composition and health of the urban forest. Urban foresters use science-based strategies to educate, advocate, and encourage the protection and planting of trees and other plant species to increase biodiversity and community resilience. And they're not just tree experts. Urban forests are also champions of green spaces, protecting what's already there or advocating for new spaces that promote tree preservation, connectivity, and wildlife habitat. To do this work, they partner with experts from many other disciplines. Here are a few examples. Urban planners and landscape architects contribute to the design and layout of urban forests within the broader urban landscape. They integrate green infrastructure into city planning, design parks and green spaces, and develop strategies for enhancing urban biodiversity while accommodating human needs. Experts in environmental science and ecology provide insights into the ecological functions of urban forests, things like purifying air and water and providing wildlife habitat. They study the interactions between trees, soil, water, and air quality to inform sustainable management practices. Economists and urban policymakers analyze the economic value of urban forests and green spaces. They quantify the benefits of trees in terms of property values, energy savings, health outcomes, and tourism revenue, providing evidence-based arguments for investing in urban forestry programs and policies. Engineers contribute ideas that encourage the development of gray infrastructure that supports trees and other plants while managing stormwater runoff and meeting building code specifications and designing low-impact buildings, all of which help to ensure that urban trees are integrated into the built environment. Urban forest managers are an integral part of a holistic approach to community development that addresses environmental, social, and economic dimensions of sustainability, ultimately contributing to healthier, more livable communities. The need for an interdisciplinary approach to managing urban forests means there are many ways that you can be involved in this endeavor.